Okay, I'm going to bring Kelly Hurd onto the call right now. Kelly enrolled into Magnificent Money last year, and I invited Kelly on to share her experience of Magnificent Money and what sort of profound transformation it has had on her life and her business, and also just to sort of be present for any questions that any of you have about joining Magnificent Money, the program, because I know we have so many of you that are about to sign up. But I know what it's like to be in that place where I really want to sign up. Oh my gosh, I really want to sign up, but I don't know, is this a sensible thing to do? Is it sensible for me to sign up right now? You know, and then all this resistance starts coming up to the surface. You know, I know what that feels like. I've been where you are many times. So my intention is to guide you right now and to just help you connect to what Kelly is saying to see if it resonates with you, okay? She's also going to talk to anyone who has objections or resistance coming up right now, because I know that Kelly knows exactly what it's like to have resistance to making investment. In fact, her and I have talked many times about this very thing. All right, so I'm going to bring Kelly on. I hope Kelly's going to come on. She is. Hello.
Hello. How are
my
you?
Gosh, you look very lovely today, Kelly Hurd.
I'm wearing gold for the occasion.
Nice. You are. All right. So do you want to introduce yourself to everyone and just share a little bit about what you do, and then we can start talking about your transformation and all those lovely, juicy types of things.
Sure. So I'm Kelly Hurd. I am a digital marketing specialist. So I specialise in helping small businesses get themselves online, particularly their online branding, their websites, and their marketing strategies. So I help sort of build that picture. But I'm also a transformational coach. So I've morphed that into my business, and I sort of help by sort of that resistance that comes up and the imposter syndrome that inevitably comes up as people's businesses grow and expand, particularly online. So I'm there to help guide them through that as well.
Gorgeous, gorgeous. So Kelly, you are a Magnificent Money graduate.
I am.
In many ways. Can you share a little bit about the impact Magnificent Money had on your life and what shifted for you as a consequence of being in the program? Because it's so much more than a money program. And I want it to really bring that to life and help people understand more about Magnificent Money as a program, if that's okay. Because of course we've upgraded it this year, Kel, so you're coming through it again with us. We've upgraded it, and we've actually included some really tangible workshops about, if you're a business owner, identifying new opportunities and how to unlock new financial opportunities. And the other thing was, if you're in a career, I'm going to share ideas of how to start side hustles and bring revenue in. So we're really making it as tangible as possible this year, because we all need support with tapping into our best entrepreneurial mindset so that we can sort of build that inner resilience and know that we can create amazing things no matter what's going on out there. So yeah, if I'd love for you to just share a little bit about how Magnificent Money helped you.
Sure. Okay, so I have to confess, when Magnificent Money first came around, I was thinking, wow, 10 to 12 weeks, you know, that's quite an investment, not just money-wise, but time, to really sort of commit my time to a course that long. And also, is there really that much we can cover, you know, on money topics in that time? But I have to say, it was so fully immersive, and every week, without doubt, there was a new mindset shift, a new transformation, you know, new downloads that would come through. So yeah, first I just wanted to say, if the time of the program puts you off, don't let that be a factor to put you off, because there really is, as Jodie's just alluded to there, so much to go through on this topic. Also, for me, I think the first round of this was very much because I was still in a corporate job. And so I had a lot of limiting beliefs around what I could produce myself. And so I'd kind of almost hit a ceiling that I had put on myself. And I wasn't sure where this was going to go, whether it was, I think initially I just knew I didn't want to be in the job I was in anymore. But I didn't really have any thoughts about stepping out on my own at that time. So it was very much for me about, okay, how can I change my mindset around money? And there were huge shifts. In fact, I uncovered so much that I didn't even know was there. And what it did for me was made me realize that I have so much potential to do so much more than what I was currently doing. And so that was a major shift for me. Also, my relationship with money changed on so many levels. I stopped blaming money for things that, you know, I found as misfortune, or for, you know, maybe decisions I'd made in the past that were, you know, purely my fault, that maybe I sort of sort of pushed on to money. And so my perception of money changed, my relationship with money changed, and that, I think, has been the biggest thing, not just for me, but on my family as well. So even though some things I think my husband thinks are a bit woo-woo, but he's definitely coming around to speaking in a certain language and taking more responsibility, etc. So I know I've been a positive reflection on him, but also my children. I mean, I get so excited when William, he's only 6, and he finds a penny in the street, because he'll come chasing after me, mummy, I found a penny, thank you money. And it's, you know, I just feel like I'm teaching him to have that relationship with money as well, and to talk positively about it, and that money has ears, and, you know, if we're gracious, it, you know, it will come to us in abundance. So that was a big shift for me as well, on not just me personally, but I know it's having this effect on others around me. But in terms of what I've done since Magnificent Money, my life has completely transformed, not just from a mindset, but from I now own 2 businesses, own and run 2 businesses. I left the corporate world, which was scary. You know, I'd been in a corporate environment for over 15 years. And so for me to leave that security of a regular paycheck was huge. And in fact, even now, I still get those moments of panic and resistance around up leveling my business. And that's all, you know, what Magnificent Money gave me were the tools to help me push through those, to help me identify the limiting beliefs, to help me recover a bit more quicker than I normally would have done around those fears and resistance.
So Magnificent Money is a program. A consequence of that was that you left your corporate job that you've been in for 15 years, and you started not 1 but 2 businesses. That's it. Amazing. And Kel, how has money come into your life since then? Like, give me some examples of how money's come into your life, because I know that it has in so many ways, and we're so good at sort of brushing over results, aren't we? And like forgetting to actually go, oh my gosh, you know, I never would have charged that amount of money in my new business for clients. Or, oh my gosh, you know, that came in. Because one of the biggest things that I support everyone to do and encourage this is to actually list out your financial results, because with that practice, it then increases the momentum and the regularity of money coming in, doesn't it? When we notice those things.
It does. And I have a weekly ritual as well every Friday that I celebrate my wins, not just monetary, but any, you know, big or small, but the monetary does fall into that. And that's really key for me, as is setting intentions as I go into the new week. But I think when I was in my corporate role, I was still seeing money wins there as well. So as an example, I did the Magnificent Money whilst I was on maternity leave, and I received a bonus from work, which I wasn't expecting
I
because
remember that.
I was on maternity leave. So that was, yeah, that was a big reward. I also was leaving when I handed my notice in. Um, I received an unexpected paycheck, and it was I'd been given a pay rise and I hadn't been told about it whilst I was on maternity leave, and they hadn't been paying it to me. So they just had built up this lovely amount of money and handed that to me. So that was a win.
I remember
Um,
that as well.
I also won some money through a lottery that I do, for a cancer lottery that I do. And yeah, I won some money from that. And I think when I first saw it, I thought it was just one of those fake checks, like you could win this. And then I looked at it closer. I was like, no, this is definitely for me. So that was pretty awesome as well.
Love that.
So those are kind of like unexpected money coming in. But the other shifts I would say is, like you said, about clients. So I started my business really sort of kicking off during lockdown, and so many people told me that that was a big risk, and that to expect it to be hard, and to expect to have to chase for clients, and really put the work in. And I didn't want to believe that, so I chose not to believe it. And clients just came from everywhere, um, so unexpectedly, just referrals from people or friends of family, just talking to somebody on the street, just they just came from everywhere. And I really believe that's because I was so open to, seeing those possibilities and those possibilities coming in. But also, I fell victim of undercharging initially, and that for me was quite a big shift, because I was undercharging, I wasn't valuing my worth. And so I started to attract in people who wanted things for free, which was understandable at that time. And given what everybody was starting to tell me, how difficult it was going to be, I kind of accepted it at first. But then I remembered all the teachings and everything that I know, and realized that actually I I need to value my worth. And I remember having a discussion with you around, don't think about what other people are charging you, but what's, don't worry about what other people are charging. What do you want to charge? How do you value yourself? How do you value your services? Um, and so I sat with that for a while, and increased my pricing, and obviously then increased my revenue. But I think, oh gosh, how so many wins in unexpected places. I mean, even to a point where my business, in I've only been trading for about 8 months, but my business has pivoted so much because I've been listening to my clients. I've been working. I invite money in all the time when I'm like working, and opportunities just come in, and I start listening to my customers, listening to my clients, and changing the way that I work, which I never imagined I would be doing what I'm doing now and enjoying it so much. This was meant to be a stepping stone to something bigger, but I love what I do, and I believe that a lot of that is because I invite money in just to be here and have this experience with me.
I love that, Kelly. That's so gorgeous, the way that you sum that up. It feels amazing. Really touched me on a deep level when you said that. Because, I'm such an advocate of money and all that money represents. And I know that money is supposed to be here helping us on this planet. We just got to understand how to bring money in and how to align with money. And, I think one thing I wanted to ask you that just popped up intuitively was, Kel, you and I have been in a situation before where you've had a freak out around investing into something. because, you know, you freaked out for whatever reason. And it's so common for that to happen. It's so common for us to freak out around making an investment. So I wonder if you wouldn't mind sharing your experience of that, and also just helping people understand what's going on to create that resistance, and what's actually happening when people have resistance around investing. Because I think that's something that no one talks about, and we need to talk about it to help people understand what's really going on. Because when people understand what's really going on in that moment, they can go into acceptance, and even I accept what I can't accept. And then they suddenly get into the zone where they make the investment. So yeah, if you wouldn't mind, because you're so good at talking to that fear.
Yeah, yeah. So you're right, you're absolutely right. I have experienced that resistance before, and I know that I've spoken to you about it as well. That for me, resistance comes in a form of procrastination. I can, or indecision, huge indecision. You know, I can wait till the last minute before making that decision to dive in and jump in. What I find is my mind is really clever at finding excuses. So, you know, a typical excuse would be, I don't know where the money is going to come from. Even though I know if I look at the evidence, money has always come in. You know, I've always been able to generate money. So that isn't an excuse. I will find the money if I really want to do it. Also, whenever I've invested in myself, um, you know, it's not just the money, it's the time as well. So, you know, investing the money and investing my time and committing 100%, it always comes back to me, always. And that's just the beginning. What then happens after is massive. But resistance for me now, I'm very good at spotting the resistance. Like I said, procrastination is quite a good one for me. I'll keep putting it off. Um, or my mind will play tricks on me. I'll miss emails. I just won't even see them. Um, Even though they're in my inbox, I just won't see them. Um, and so now I'm very good at recognizing them. Um, I can sit with that a little bit and almost have fun with it and explore it in a fun way. Like, why am I resisting this? What is it that's trying to hold me back? But what I have learned, the biggest lesson I think I've learned over the past year in particular, is that the bigger resistance I have, the greater the reward on the other side. And that
Say
almost
that
gets me
again,
excited.
Kelly. Say that again, because that was really important.
The bigger the resistance I have, the bigger the reward the other side, the bigger the transformation I know is going to happen. And I don't see it initially, but once I realize that, I get really excited because I'm like, yes, I've been here before. I've got evidence of this. I know that this is going to be big. Um, and also, I think it's about being brave. Whenever I've been brave, um, good things happen. Good things just show up. And so being brave is a big thing for me as well. So investing in yourself, I think, is one of the bravest things you can do.
Mm.
um, because that's looking after yourself, that's investing in yourself, but in the people around you as well. Because once you transform, people around you transform. So that's really important to me as well.
I love that. I love that. I feel that, you know, what just came up when you were sharing there is that flowing figure of eight, that infinity flowing figure of eight. And I know that in my own life, I've realized that if people aren't investing in me, all that's telling me is that I'm at that moment not willing to invest into myself, because everything's reciprocal, right, in my life. So I'm like, oh, no one's showing up for this event. Oh, but what part of me isn't showing up in that Facebook group for this event energetically, right? Or,
Hmm.
oh God, money's not flowing into my life right now. Okay, well, which part of me is actually restricting that flow? Or, oh my gosh, you know, that client didn't sign up and I really thought she would do. Oh, and I was waiting for that investment to come in. It's not come in now. Okay, but what part of me is afraid of making that investment in this other opportunity that's coming up for me? It is always a two-way exchange. So I think that phrase, that phrase that's really in our collective, I think it's collective unconsciousness rather than consciousness, where it says you have to spend money to make money. You know, that old phrase, you have to spend money to make money. But that's the truth, isn't it? Because when you invest, it unlocks your ability to receive the exact same amount back into your life. And that's what you just said. It's like as soon as you make an investment, you are saying, I trust myself, I trust money, I'm brave and courageous, and I know that I am opening up for the exact amount and more to come back into my life. But if you hold on to it and restrict it and it's stagnant, money ain't going to flow in.
No, absolutely. And I think, going back to that bravery thing, it's showing trust, and it's putting that trust out there. But also, I've noticed that when you invest in yourself, you show up more.
Yeah.
It's if I do free things, which your 5-day camps and all kinds of things, they're brilliant. Your challenges are fantastic. But when I know I'm investing in something, I definitely show up more. And that's a big thing as well. And that is just a subconscious thing going on for me. But I know that if I pay for something, I will put my all into it. And I think that just comes down to the belief. Like, I wouldn't pay for something I didn't believe in. So you have to have that that trust and that belief. But I do know that Magnificent Money, I mean, the tribe in there was just so awesome. And that, I think that was quite a big thing for me at moments as well, just having that tribe of people, because there's so many beliefs around you from other people that you still pick up on. So having a group of people that you can turn to, who cheer you on, who celebrate your wins with you, but also when you're having those moments of doubt, being able to turn to your tribe of people who understand you and speak the same language and can lift you back up. And I think that was massive for me as well. I've made some incredible friends over the past couple of years through different programs that you've ran, but Magnificent Money has a certain type of energy, and I do believe as well some of that comes from you, because I know this is for you, that you're like, this is my life's purpose, this is why I'm here, this is you just get so much from it that you just keep giving and giving and giving, and I know that comes through every touch point within the program.
I'm crying, Kelly. You made me cry.
Sorry.
Thank you so much for saying that. There are so many things I want to reflect back on. First of all, what's been amazing this time round from Midas Touch is that no one's questioned, why are you selling in a program? This all should be for free. Like, no one's said that at all, because I think I've made it really clear that it's okay if it's not the right time for you. It's totally okay. But if it is the right time for you, then I welcome you with open arms, right? And, my intention is to show you what I can do in 4 days and to deliver an experience, not only me, but Mel, Rita, and Natalie. We've now got a team of 3 community managers, everybody in my team, to help you hold space so you can get a taster of what I do and what is available for you, to help you move through in a really powerful way. And I think that is really important. But as you say, there always comes a point in your transformation that you have to make an investment to go deeper, because if you don't make an investment, then your mindset doesn't see it as a transactional experience. Therefore, you don't embody the results, you know, and that's what I've always found. It's like there's always a part of me, Kel, who would love to give everything away for free. Why? Because it's easier for us to give stuff away for free than, you know, ask for money. But over the years in my career, I've realized that it's necessary to give people the opportunity to make an investment into themselves. That is an experience unto itself. And I think that's a really important thing. And I'm glad that I remembered to say this, is that my job is to give people the experience of investing into themselves. That alone is a really transformational experience, because of course, when we talk about money, especially in a money program, all of your self-limiting beliefs and stories are suddenly triggered left, right, and center, because, oh my God, Jodie's asking me to make an investment and I'm really freaking out about money right now. This is why I'm in the program. And Jodie's asking me to make an investment. What? You know, but we heal through being invited into a transformational experience, such as making a payment. And I remember the first one-to-one coach I invested in, she was £1,450 a month, right? And back then, you know, that was, my head was telling me that's a big investment for you, Jodie. You don't know where the next installment's going to come from. You know, yes, you've got 2 months installment. You can pay 1,450 this month. You can pay 1,450 next month, but where's the rest going to come from? And I didn't have the money in the bank then. I didn't know where I was going to find the remaining 7 grand or 8 grand or whatever it is. However, I trusted, I made the decision, I invested, I signed the terms and conditions. And of course, the money always came in, always came in, like no question. I brought in exactly the amount and so much more every month to pay for that one-to-one coaching, because it was specifically designed to help me get to the next level financially, because I couldn't get there myself. Right. So I just needed someone to hold me accountable. So yeah, it was an expensive accountability buddy that I invested into, but I needed it at the time, and it helped me double my income in 6 weeks. Right. So that was really important. But yeah, just to sort of like go back to that important experience that I'm inviting you all to be in with me, is that transactional experience, because you're going to be invited into many transactional experiences in your lifetime. And the more fearless you show up in that transactional experience, the more you grow. You know, Kel, you know, I made a 30K investment in my business in June, right, into a mentorship program for me. And to most people, that's a lot of money, and it is a lot of money, right? But obviously, I'm at the level now where I can make that investment into myself. But my point in sharing that is I'm not afraid to make big investments, because it always comes back in, exactly as you say, Kel. So is there anything else you'd like to leave us with? Is there anything else you'd want to say to anyone who's on the, not even on the fence, because people are still sort of like watching them, processing the webinar, and like everybody's in this exciting phase. It's like, oh my God, exciting place of like, wow, this is exciting. People are signing up. Is it right for me? What would you say to those people right now, intuitively?
I think whatever happens, you'll go through a transformation on this program. At what level is up to you in terms of your commitment. But I do also know that you go really deep here. So if you are on the fence and you're a bit unsure, I think take one of the things away with you is that whatever happens, there will be a transformation. You won't come out the other side with having just gone through a program with nothing to show. There will be something to show from it. To degree and levels, everybody's different, but I know for me, showing up 100% and investing has always brought big transformation. So yeah, I'd just like to leave that with everyone.
Thank you so much. Well, thanks so much to everybody who gave lots of feedback on the call. I really appreciate this. Thanks so much to Kelly for joining me. You're such a ray of light, And I'm so grateful and humbled to be part of your journey. So thank you so much for sharing your journey with me, Kelly. So for everyone else on the call, I'm going to be live in the group at 6 p.m. UK time, just to really inspire you all to answer questions, to really just show up for you again. If there's anything that you want to ask me on that call, please bring it. I'm also going to be fitting in another tapping session this week. I'll announce that today because I know how much you all love tapping. And actually, if I can help you tap through any fear around making this decision and investing into yourself, then that's perfect. And there is another interview tomorrow at 1 p.m. Tomorrow at 1 p.m., I'm going to be talking to Shona Dobson about her experience. And then I'm going to announce another event on Thursday. There's one at 11 a.m. and there's one at 12 as well. So lots of events going to be peppered through the week. So please just check out the events tab in this group. And I look forward to continuing the journey with you all. Let's make this week a really powerful week of transformation. And let's do this. Thank you so much, everybody. And everyone, if you've got any questions, find me in the DMs of Messenger. I'm just in there at the moment, just answering lots of questions. So I'm here for you. Let me support you to reach a really powerful and clear decision on this. That's my job as a coach. So I'm here to help you transform, even through the decision of making a decision. That's a transformation in itself. The decision of investing, coming into an investment experience is always really transformational. So embrace it all, and always go with your intuition. Always go with your intuition. Never go with your ego mind, because that part of you just wants to keep you safe and out of danger. So it will, as Kelly said, self-sabotage, mean that you'll procrastinate. So always go with what your gut is telling you. That's why we have that inbuilt GPS inside of us to give us the answer to decisions like this. So go with your gut, make the investment if it's right for you, and the money, I promise you, will follow. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Have an amazing lunchtime. Thanks, Kelly. Bye, darling. Take care. Bye. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Take care.